Hello, everybody. I am back. 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 I'm telling y'all, I'm not gonna stop. All right, let's take it. Let's do like a little twist. As I mentioned, I'm gonna go through the Cabo 6. And this is Queen Esquire Squad. Kind of tells about her. So she already went over a 2-hour video. So if you want to go over that video and the breakdown of that, go to that video. I'll probably attach that in the description. But I just wanted to go over some more information, just some background information about her, what school she went to, stuff like that. Just kind of like basic bio information about these people. Yeah. So let's look at what her name is. First and foremost, her full name is Elise Michelle Hyatt. She is a Black woman from North Carolina. And here are some 10 things about her. She is a resident of Winston-Salem, County, North Carolina. Aside from Winston-Salem, she lived in other parts of North Carolina, including High Point. She is Andre Arthur Hyatt and Annette King Davis' daughter. Davis is married to George E. Davis. So it looks like Annette remarried. So Liz's father is really Andre Arthur Hyatt, and her mother is Annette King Davis. We went through her Facebook the other day, but it looks like Annette went and remarried George E. Davis, who I believe now is Elise's stepdad. She has 3 sisters, namely Andre, Lorraine, King Hyatt, and we went over her information the other day. Andrea Lorraine King Hyatt was a police officer, and she has 10 years of experience at the police department. So that's a key thing we really need to put into the whole equation, because she could have a significant impact on what advisement she was giving to Elise, what makes me believe that she would be one of the individuals in the group who would have broke up the fight, which, based upon the Mexican investigative reporter, states that there is a second video showing a woman coming in from the back room breaking up the fight. More than likely, it probably was Elise. Given her background and her sister having that law enforcement background, she probably didn't want to get involved in any criminal type activity. But she's still involved in this shady situation anyhow. So she has 3 sisters, namely Andrea Lorraine King Hyatt, who is a retired 10-year police officer, Anita Charisse Hyatt, who was brutally murdered by her boyfriend on October 28th, the very same day that Elise flew to Cabo, which that is very shady too. We don't really know if she knew that her sister had been dead at the time, but her sister was murdered at 1 a.m. October 28th, so it's interesting that she wouldn't know that when it happened the very early morning hours, but who knows, it would have may have took time for people to notify next of kin. I don't know, you guys make the decision on that. And her 3rd sister is Anita Hyatt, and then she has 2 brothers, Andre Arthur Hyatt is the second, and Abraham L. Hyatt. In 2011, her sister Andrea joined the Greensboro Police Department in Greensboro, Guilford County, North Carolina. So remember I told you she had 10 years of experience, and in 2011 is when she did join the Greensboro Police Department, and we went into detail about her photos and everything on my other video. I'll just attach that in the description if you want to take a look at the more extensive breakdown of Elise. On September 23rd, 2014, her stepbrother, Kevin LaShawn Davis, died at the age of 26. So she's experienced death of another sibling, a step-sibling, October 23rd, 2014. That's so sad, because she's just lost her sister, Anita, last month, October 28th, and her stepbrother was her stepbrother was killed September 23rd, 2014, at the age of 26. So she's experienced a lot of loss in her life. She was 2 years older than Shanquella Bernetta Robinson, so that's an interesting fact to know that she's 2 years older. That would also show us maybe the person that's more level-headed in the group to come in and stop the fight. So again, that goes towards the weight of me believing more than likely Elise probably was the one that came in and stopped the fight. The older one of the bunch to probably want to, stop whatever was going on. It goes towards that analysis. But she graduated from the same school we know that Shanquella went to, Winston-Salem State University in Winston-Salem in 2018. So this goes towards showing they all went to the same college, and we talked about that before, but it's good to actually see it on websites confirming it. On October 28th, 2022, she allegedly went to Cabo San Lucas, Baja California Sur, Mexico, with Robinson and 5 other friends. On the same day, her sister Anita was fatally shot in High Point. This was the sketchy part. Sketchy as sketchy as sketchy. She flies out to Cabo San Lucas on the same day her sister Anita was fatally shot. That's sketchy. I thought that maybe it was because she had the flight already planned, didn't want to get the refund, and or couldn't get the refund, and just thought, hey, I'll go here and try to get my mind off this. Or it could have been that she already had flown out and didn't get notified until she was actually in Cabo. There's so many different theories that could have gone, but it's still weird that on the day your sister is killed, you just fly out to Cabo. But I went into some other analysis on the other video that you guys can probably take a look at or you can give your own analysis. I still think that's so weird. I don't know. It's just man, this whole story is weird. But anyways, on October 29th, 2022, Robinson was found dead in a room in the Fondadores Beach Club area in San Jose del Cabo, Baja California Sur. She was 27 years old when Robinson died. So Elise is 27 years old. After Robinson's death, she deleted her social media accounts, and she did because I can't find it anymore, including her LinkedIn profile that listed her employment as a certified nursing assistant in Penburn at Merrifield in High Point. That's interesting, you guys, because this is not the first person that we've seen with some type of nursing or medical. Dejanay is also into the medical field too, or an aspiring medical field person. So it's interesting that these people she has a nursing background. How come she didn't facilitate medical aid while they were waiting for the doctor to come? Interesting, right? Certified nursing assistant. Why didn't you try to render aid? Well, I don't know if she did or didn't. We don't have all complete information, but I don't know. I would think she would be able to. On November 15th, 2022, a video surfaced showing a woman attacking Robinson in a hotel. She is accused of being in the room with other people, recording the attack instead of intervening and leaking the video. Yeah, people allege that they think Elise is the one that leaked the video, and it does kind of make sense and go towards the evidence because she does have a sister that is, 10-year experience law enforcement. So, and people were saying that the Cabo 6 were calling people back in North Carolina to get advice, was to say that Elise didn't call her sister, who is a retired officer, to find advice on what to do and stuff like that, and also was to say that her sister didn't advise her to release it just to get relieve her of any responsibility. Who knows? But more will develop in this. I just thought it'd be interesting that we just get more information, background information about these people, because we really want to look into who they are. Okay. All right, you guys, let me know what you guys think. Take care.
Okay, what do y'all think about
Hey
that?
guys. So
I just wanted to know what y'all think about that.
I'm going through some information about
And this is
the Cabo 6 individuals.
now we're talking about
and just some background information about each of them, so we can get a picture of who they are, where they're from, stuff like that. So let's take a look at Khalil, and I have identified as the Judas of the group, the one, in my opinion, who was playing both sides.
He was
in my opinion, talking about Shanquella behind her back to the other Cabo group, and then going to Shanquella smiling in her face, the two-faced one of the group, in my opinion. His full name is Khalil Andre. He is a black man from North Carolina.
A friend.
And
let's
take a look at some information that is alleged about him. Pretty curious to find some information about him. So let's see. He is a resident of Charlotte, McClellan Lake, I can't say that, Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. He previously lived in Martinsville, Virginia, USA. Interesting. So he had some connections to Virginia. His aunt Leticia Greens lives in Richmond, Virginia, while his uncle Michael Penn lives in Martinsville. So that could be an area where he possibly fled to. So it's good to know the connections of where these other people um, have previously resided or have family members at, because that could show us somewhat of a connection, right? He went to Millard Creek High School in Charlotte. His mother, Komika L. Penn, also went there. Interesting. So he and his mother went to the same high school. He attended Winston-Salem State University in Winston-Salem, Forsyth County, North Carolina, and that is the same school that Shanquella went to. He was 2 years older than his fellow Winston-Salem State University alumni, Shanquella Bernada Robinson. Okay, so he's 2 years older than
He's
Shanquella.
2 years older than, so
They
that
met in
means that
2014, as we know
like,
already that they have at least 5
you're
to 6
older.
year
I'm going to listen
friendship.
to you.
So they met in 2014. On August 12th, 2018, his maternal grandmother, Florentine P. Penn, died in Charlotte. Florentine's twin sister, Florentine Penn, lives in Martinsville. So interesting, his grandmother has a twin. Very interesting. Okay. Amid the new coronavirus pandemic, he received a paycheck protection loan of $20,833 through the Capital Plus Financial LLC. He received a PPP loan, basically, which was
And don't got no
approved on
business
May
because
20th, 2021.
he was
And
asking
there's
Shanquella for
allegations.
help. Sorry, you guys. Hold on.
Good
All right,
in
I'm
his
back.
alleged business. So it's kind of sketchy why he received this PPP loan. I haven't seen any evidence of some business. He's supposed to have
Yeah,
some
because he was
clothing line,
asking Shanquella
but
for help.
there's no indications that he was
Like,
doing
he
too
was
well at that.
asking her for
But
help.
I believe that's the connection um, of jealousy. I am connecting to Shanquella of why he was jealous of her. In my opinion, is that Shanquella was flourishing in her business and he was over here failing at his clothing line. And it's very interesting because Shanquella put a Facebook post up
Yeah,
about
because
men being jealous of
Sorry
women,
to
also
be-
saying,
hold on.
you could.
sorry to be interrupting her, but because she's a hair braider, everybody needs their hair done. Even through the pandemic, we still wanted to look cute. We still wanted our nails done. We still wanted, people was buying stuff. I learned how to do nails during the pandemic. I already do hair. That's my profession. But I learned how to do nails during the pandemic because there were no nail salons open. But clothes, we just was lounging around in pajamas, sweatpants. Like, if he had some onesies, then it probably would have been doing good. But people were just in the house and lounging around. So he probably put all that money out. If this is a legit business, he probably put all that money out, and then now he has nothing to show for it because nobody was buying clothes. Let's get back to it.
Men can be jealous of women also, and I thought that was kind of interesting because at the time, her and Khalil were friends, so I was wondering if that's who she was referring to. On October 28th, 2022, he allegedly went to Cabo San Lucas, Baja California, Sur, Mexico, with Robinson and 5 other friends and stayed in the Cabo Villa rental, Villa Linda 32. In 2022, Robinson was found deceased in a room in Fondadoras Beach Club area in San Jose del Cabo, Baja California, Sur. After Robinson's death, he and their 5 other friends allegedly immediately went back to the U.S. earlier than planned. He was 27 years old, so he's the same age as Elise. So Elise and Khalil seem to be the 2 older ones of the group because they're both 27. So he was 27 when Shanquella died. On November 23rd, 2022, that's when the video surfaced of a woman attacking Robinson in the hotel. He was allegedly in the room with other people recording the attack instead of intervening. And here, this just shows evidence of him allegedly signing in. He looks like to be the first person that signed in to this Cabo villa. And what's pretty interesting is they were supposed to leave October 31st, but no, they left October 30th, and there's rumors stating that they left October 30th and stayed, or they left that night, October 29th, after Shanquella was declared deceased, and they went to the hotel near the airport that night and then flew out October 30th back to North Carolina. That is the allegation. But I think it's pretty interesting for us to just take a look at these individuals, who they're from. We've learned some pretty interesting things about him, and his background with his family, his age, and stuff like that. And it also references this loan that he had, showing somewhat of some shady stuff he be doing, because I don't know anything about a flourishing business. Y'all just tell me. Y'all let me know why he got this PPP loan. Sketchy, sketchy. All right, take care, guys.
Okay, so what do y'all think about that? Like, what is your thoughts? What do you think about these Cabo 6? Like, I'm telling y'all, don't take your feet off of their necks. Keep your feet on the back of their necks. Like, it is no stopping. We need justice for this family. We need justice for this baby girl. Stop talking about her name. Stop saying her name. I mean, stop. Don't stop saying her name. Sorry. Don't stop saying her name. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep on pushing. Keep on making people aware of the situation, making people aware of what they've done, making people aware of what happened to this young lady. Like, we already just seen that the Jackson, uh, the agent Jackson, has been arrested. She has been arrested. Updates to come about what, how is it transpiring. So then she's going to be shipped to Mexico, and she's going to sing like a canary, like a canary. She's going to sing. So don't stop putting your feet on the back of these people's necks. And that cop and that doctor, all the lies that they told, all of them lies that they told, they need to be held accountable for what they did too. Because you're not going to sit here and tell me that you knew that this young lady needed to seek medical attention, and you asked the parents and they said no, they're not her next of kin. Her next of kin is her parents. They're just her friends. As she thought, she didn't ask for none of this. All she asked for some loyal friends to go spend some time and turn up for her. Now y'all want to talk about this alcohol poison? Once I heard that, like, it just was automatically like out the window, even though I'm not a drinker. It just was like, so they were all at the resort partying, turning up, but she's the only one with alcohol poisoning? No, not a couple. One person out of seven? No, them couple six gotta pay. So, with that being said, let's keep talking about her. And, like, y'all made that family wait 2 weeks and $6,000 that they had to pay to get that baby's body back over here into the USA. Like, that was ridiculous. And you dropped her suitcases off, and you sat with the family. You boo-hooed, fake boo-hooed for a couple hours, and then what? Like, what you thought that was gonna do? Now, one of y'all out the group, and everybody's saying that it's Elise, dropped the videos. But once one person gets blamed, everybody's gonna start talking. You're already talking. You're already doing lives. You're already making it known that y'all always a part of it. Y'all are already just doing all the most to say, look, I was there. They were a fight. It was a fight. But let me make one thing clear. Winter and Deasia Jackson are popes. Because if somebody's not fighting you back, you do not fight them. Because that means they don't want to fight. They're not trying to fight you. They're not trying to fight you. Like, why are you fighting them? I don't understand it. Like, why? Why are you fighting them? If they're not fighting you back and you're hitting somebody and they're not hitting back, then you're a punk. I've seen a lot of people on here saying that women's about that life and winter turns up and she's about that life and she's down for whatever. No, she's down for whatever is not going to benefit her. Because if she comes and gets some blows for somebody for real, I bet you it won't be the same thing. Because come and get some blows for somebody for real. And you know what that not mean if you about that life. And you want to dump people like you WWE. Come on, come try it. Because that baby girl said no. They said, "Are you gonna fight back at least?" She said no. With her nice voice, she said no. But you continue to hit her. You continue to do damage. You continue to keep hitting her. You continue to have another fight. Because I heard it's a third fight. I heard it's another video. And it's another video of other fights. And then this young lady was butt naked. Y'all were fully clothed. Y'all ambushed her. That was an ambush. That was a setup. And y'all knew what y'all was doing. And that so-called friend, Khalid, is not a friend. He is not a friend. And I just seen on the let me get my book so I can give you his name so y'all can go and watch the interview of the boyfriend of, Miss Robinson. Uh, all rival access media. Go there. He has an interview with Shaquilla Robinson's boyfriend, and he tells how he came to the house and they were all there, fake sobbing, eating the food, just sitting around. She said that her supposedly best friend, was sweating profusely. Like he was just sweating nonstop, and he just like, you gotta go. He said he can read it, he can read the room, and it just wasn't feeling right. It wasn't sitting well with him. And I believe that because if you sit back and observe your surroundings, and you can learn a lot about people, just about their actions, just the way they sit, and just the way they move, and just the way their head is nodding, just the way they blink their eyes. Like if you look around and and if you're looking for something, because he said he was looking for something, he wanted more out of them. He wanted them to he wanted he wanted them to tell him what happened to his girlfriend. And he said, I trust my girl with him because they always been close. And he says that the other ones haven't been around. She's been only like dealing with um, Khalil. So that's the Judas. Let's not make no mistakes. He is the Judas of the group, the bunch, the Cabo Six, because he was in between it. He was the instigator. He was the one, I bet you, recording and asking her to fight back, and she said no. Like, as the men that was there, they should have broke up that fight. They shouldn't have let it happen. Once they seen that she wasn't fighting back, they should have broke up the fight. Like, that fight should not have happened. I'm telling you. Like, it should have been broken up right then and there. I'm going to see if these blow ups are too loud. It's my son. He loves his blow ups. I'm sorry, you guys. These blow ups are too loud. It's my son. He loves his blow ups. I'm sorry. The window he was talking about a drinker. It just was like, so they were all at the resort party and turning up. Shit, you know, my mom over there. Yeah, like, come on. I just don't understand it. And then you got all these seven. Now, let me tell you why Mexico is really going hard, because now they have a cover up. Because the autopsy say that last final blow was the injury to, like, do the damage to what they did to her. So when the doctor came, was she still alive, or was she still here? Was she was not? Like, make things clear, because the autopsies never lie. People lie, but autopsies don't lie. They don't lie. I'm telling you the truth. They don't lie. So it's just like, So now they're being charged. I've seen somewhere that they're being charged. They are being charged, and I think that that's perfect. They need to be charged. The doctor and the police officer needs to be charged. And you took a little bit of money for what? For what? Like to go to jail? Okay, let's listen to crime. Let's listen to Primely Focused. Let's see what she has to say. Let's see.
So many theories that were this arrest warrant that was issued was femicide as the charges. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really sure what femicide meant, so I had to do a little research. So I found this definition of femicide from visionsofhumanity.org. According to the site, femicide is defined as a criminal deprivation of the life of a female for reasons based on gender. In order for a murder to be considered femicide, however, it needs to meet one of the following 7 criteria. There needs to be evidence of sexual violence prior to the victim's death, a sentimental, trusting relationship with the perpetrator, or the victim's body being displayed in public. In the recent years, Mexican authorities have really cracked down on cases of femicide. This includes lengthening the sentencing, which now can range between 40 and 60 years behind bars. But what about the other friends? Are any of them looking at facing charges as well?
They need to be.
The fact that they left Mexico under the guise that she died from alcohol poisoning, and it's clear that it's not that. Then once you left Mexico and come here, that could be an issue because you can do it by commission or omission.
He adds any false statements made could be seen as obstruction of justice. The FBI Charlotte field office also opened its own investigation.
So if there's evidence that there was some plan before they got to Mexico, yeah, that would be a problem. Once you're back on U.S. soil, to the extent that there's an investigation here and you lie about it, you conceal things, you try to run, those could all be things that create charges against you here.
I did also read that many times in Mexico, cases of murders against women are initially classified as femicide, and then once the investigation finds out that the murder wasn't gender-based, then they just change it to homicide. So I anticipate that's going to be what happens in Shanquella's case. Okay, so now that we've gone over the arrest warrant updates, let's jump into a timeline of the events of the night. So I did make a graphic, the information that I could find available. This graphic, you can see 2 different colors, the teal and the purple. The purple is what information I've gathered from the police report, and the teal is all of the other conflicting reports. According to my research, at 2 p.m., a guest from the group called the villa for help. At 3:15, Dr. Gutierrez arrived at the villa. She said that Shanquella was stable at this point, yet dehydrated and unable to communicate. Definitely think it's important to note that Dr. Gutierrez did recommend that Shanquella be brought to the hospital. Now, their friends refused, saying that it was too expensive, that it would cost over $5,000 to get medical help. According to Stephanie Harlow, a basic hospitalization in Mexico is roughly 8,000 pesos, which translates to 420 approximate US dollars. Now, could the friends have thought that the $8,000 was actually US dollars?
No.
Maybe.
No.
I doubt it.
Doubt it.
So jumping back into the timeline, according to the police report, we can see that at 4:15, Shanquella was reported to have a seizure. At 4:20, the 911 call requesting help was made. At 4:49, Shanquella's pulse began to fade. At 5:25, the police arrived on the scene, and at 5:57, Shanquella is pronounced dead. So if we break this down even further, we can look at the medical diagnosis, which was access luxation. Now, 70% of cases of atlas luxation die immediately upon injury. I mean, it's basically inner decapitation from what I could see. Now, the other 30% die upon arrival at the hospital. Looking at the timeline,
that doesn't add up. So it made me wonder, could the injuries she sustained have gotten worse because of the CPR or the defibrillator? Let's look at what a medical doctor has to say about atlas luxation injury, because everyone knows I'm no doctor, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. Knee of the upper cervical involves the C1 vertebrae called the atlas and the C2 vertebrae called the axis. When the person turns their head, these are supposed to stay in alignment. This can only occur if the capsular ligaments or the facet joints hold the vertebrae in place. When the vertebrae move together, the vertebral artery is fine, the circulation's good, and as well as all the nerves in the upper neck. When the capsular ligaments are injured, as illustrated here, you can see that C1 moves excessively when the head's rotated in relationship to C2. This causes a pinching of the vertebral artery, therefore cutting off blood supply to various parts of the brain. So, if Shanquella's neck was fractured, I could see how CPR or the defibrillators could cause that to get worse. If the vertebral artery was affected, I could see how this could cut off circulation to her brain, causing her to go into cardiac arrest. But in the end, does it really matter? Let's listen to what the queen of YouTube has to say.
If Shanquella's friends, the Cabo 6, not her friends, we can all agree, I think, that they're not her friends, not her real friends, not good friends. So if they were beating her up and caused this injury, which then caused her to have some, symptoms where she was like out of it and unconscious, which then caused the doctor to be called, which then caused the ambulance to be called, which then caused CPR and AED shocks to happen. And those things exacerbated this condition that was caused by the friends. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because if Shanquella hadn't been beat up, the doctor wouldn't have had to have been called, and CPR wouldn't have had to have been performed, and her injuries wouldn't have been exacerbated. So, we can explore this idea that maybe she would have been okay if she'd gotten to a hospital and had an x-ray and the doctors saw what was going on with her, so they knew to stabilize her in a certain way while they were doing CPR or something. We can explore that, but all of it leads back to that fight if that's where she sustained those injuries, right? They're still responsible. If that's what happened, allegedly don't come for me.
So now we're going to get into things that are more rumor-based and less fact-based. These are things that I have just heard on the internet and I can't verify. There's some reports online circulating that the fight started because Shanquella had texted Dejanay's ex the night prior. Who knows if that's true?
She did have a fight that y'all seen that's going viral. They were fighting because Quilla did some crazy shit while she was drunk. So she basically told her to, let's fight. I don't want to drag you out of the bed. So we didn't want to. And that's how that happened. Unfortunately, she did die.
I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told her it was alcohol poisoning, so that's what I helped her as. That's what I helped her as. I didn't leave her side. I put on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talked about the nurse. Nobody even said a nurse came. None of this stuff. So I'm really not understanding where this story is coming from and why it's out here like this, because it's wrong. It's wrong. And for y'all to be attacking me, an innocent soul, I'm really innocent as fuck. I went there to enjoy my birthday. There has been new video released that shows what people are thinking is moments before the gruesome fight. In the video, you can see Shanquella and her vibrant personality yelling out to her friends, asking them Basically, what's taking them so long. Then you can see Khalil Cook coming forward, almost like a distraction, or to let the group know that Shanquella was on her way. When she walks into the room, the energy shifts immediately. It don't take that long to get naked. It don't take that long to get naked, hoes. Where y'all at? She told me I'm gonna keep it hot. You gonna keep it hot? What? What Go said they crew. The one that's like mediocre is my champion. I hate her. Many are saying that it looks at this point like an ambush. That the group was in this room.
You see their
plotting
faces? Yes, they were. They were. I believe it.
As I said earlier, I did use other podcasters to gather information. I really enjoyed Stephanie Harlow's video. And then there's also another channel on YouTube that I love called Chronicle Speaks. You should definitely check her out. All right, guys. So this has been a long one. If you're still with me, thank you for sticking through it. Until next time.
Okay, now y'all seen all of that. Like, what do y'all think? Like, they were in that room ready. Like, they were in that room ready to fight her. She didn't have no alcohol poisoning. She was vibrant. She was up. She was running around the house looking for everybody to get naked. Like, they ambushed her, made her get naked. And boom. They were setting up a fight because her hands on her hip. They all mad. Like, and then when Winter talks about it, it's like she doesn't care. Like, she doesn't care that this young lady is no longer hearing this because of y'all. Like, she doesn't care. Like, she did some effed up ass. She called her boyfriend. That does not. Let me tell you something. Calling her boyfriend does not gaslight you to hurt somebody. No. He must not have been yours. Or you must have been cheating. Or you must have been doing something that...
We're told to listen, sit down, and grab a seat. We have official confirmation that Dejanay Jackson has been arrested in the United States. That's right, y'all. Dejanay Jackson was placed in federal custody, waiting for her to begin her extradition process to Mexico. You guys, she has been arrested by Interpol agents after a control judge issued an arrest warrant against her for the crime of femicide in Shanquella Robinson's murder on October 29th in Cabo's Villas complex. As you know, Dejanay was placed in federal custody, waiting for her to begin, and she is waiting to begin her extradition process in Mexico, where she will be formally accused of femicide. Woo! The extradition process took between 1 and 2 weeks, resulting from the procedure that the Attorney General's Office of Justice, shout out to Daniel De La Rosa, carried out in the Attorney General's Office of the Republic, and this in turn to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Mexico. You guys, this is huge, but the case isn't over, because guess what, you guys? The FBI is on it, and the Cabo 6 are now the Cabo 5. We got one down. The FBI is coming for anybody that escapes any type of charges in Mexico. I have more on that. We have more on the 5,000. You guys, I had to bring you this breaking news, but stay for the rest of the video because I literally just finished filming a video when this came up. Aside from the fact that we now know who the arrest warrant is for, everything else about what's going to happen to them, how the FBI are going to, once they're done serving in Mexico, they're coming to the U.S. and they could be tried again, how the FBI is looking at them doing that, and also Alyssa's Winter Donovan and the way they're hoping Dejanay starts singing like a canary. Woo!
That's what I said.
Now, the Attorney General's Office of the State of Baja California managed to prove that the woman who appears in the video attacking Shanquella Robinson is, in fact, Dejanay Jackson. Woo! Listen, this is crazy. She's remaining in federal custody. She will be formally
One
charged.
down, five
You
more to
guys,
go.
listen.
Keep your
The
necks
reporter
on
that
the
broke
back.
this
Keep your
story,
feet
I'm
on the
having
back of
on my
that neck.
channel later on
One
tonight
down, five
or
to go.
tomorrow morning. Depends how things go with the translation. Turn on your notifications. You guys, we have people directly involved in the investigation that's going to. But enough of that. Let's get into the rest of this and how things are going to develop for the Cabo 6. Actually, let's start calling them the Cabo 5 because the first has fallen. You guys, pay attention in the video. If you hear me say we don't know if it's Dejanay, we have now just confirmed this is breaking. This is breaking. It literally hot off the presses. It is Dejanay. She has been arrested. She's being deported as we speak. Now let's get into what's going to happen to the rest of them. All right, you guys, there are even more facts coming to light. We're going to go over those, but let's talk about the most important thing. Listen, everybody's been wondering, how come Mexico only issued a warrant for one person? We have an answer for that. We also have information on the jail they're actually going to be staying in. Baby, it's not nothing nice. However, they might be able to bribe their way out of it. But do not worry, because it looks like the FBI is on the case. What am I talking about? No matter what happens to Dejanay, Winter Donovan, Khalil Cook, Malik Driver, Alyssa Hyatt, no matter what happens to them in Mexico, and put Nasir Wiggins' name on that list because we have information about him. No matter what happens to them in Mexico, baby, when they're done, the FBI would like to have a word with them. That's right. The FBI has stated that double jeopardy does not apply to these people in any circumstances. What am I saying for? What am I saying? Just because you did that time in Mexico does not mean that counts in America. And not only that, baby, every crime that they did in Mexico that might not have been punishable, or maybe they didn't have enough evidence, baby, there's a law to prosecute them for that in America. We're going to also get into that. Also, we're going to talk about those rumors with that 5,000. Some said it was 6, some said it was 10. That was stolen from.
Her boyfriend said it was about 6. Now we go to. Let me pull up his name right now, because I just watched his interview, and her boyfriend said it was 6,000. Right. Let's get into that. It's all rival access media, and her boyfriend name is Ricky, and he talks about it, and he says that it was about 6,000. But let's not even think about that she paid for the villa. She paid for a lot of stuff. She ran it up for them, and they did this to her. That's why you can't trust people. Like, you cannot. You cannot trust these people now. Like, you cannot. So I'm trying to pull up. Okay.
What's up, you guys? Listen, I hope you had a great holiday. I want to bring you some updates on this
This is about the
case. Okay, you guys, this has to do with Alyssa. This has to do with the alleged third video. This has to do with the Mexico 4. If you don't know who that is the doctor, the 2 police officers, and the authority in the municipality of Los Cabos that did not conduct an investigation and let the friends return to America. How they are officially under investigation. What for? But also, you guys, I have a huge announcement. This either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, please turn on your notifications, or if you're not subscribed, just keep a reminder. Make sure you watch this on playback. I am bringing somebody on my channel directly, and when I mean directly, involved in the investigation. That's right. Your girl is going straight to the source. I did mention I've been talking with people off the record. I am bringing somebody on my channel directly involved in the investigation, and they are going to separate fact from fiction. What's more, they are directly in contact with the direct prosecutor, Mr. Daniel De La Rosa. They are involved in the investigation, and they are directly involved with the Attorney General, Daniel De La Rosa. He has updates. He is also going to give you guys. You don't want to miss this. This is going to be groundbreaking. Now, let's get into the developments that just came overnight in the last 24 hours. Y'all ready for this? Let's go. Sorry. Y'all ready for this? I shook the table. Let's actually go. First of all, what are the Mexican four being investigated for? Everybody is, and when I say everybody, like, listen, we're all going by the information we can. For some reason, even major outlets like Good Morning there was a nurse, and a lot of people are like, well, what about the nurse? There is no nurse. Nasir Wiggins saw a woman medical professional come to the villa and assume she couldn't be a doctor. This was a doctor. The woman, the nurse, was actually a doctor. Nasir Wiggins just assumed a woman couldn't be a doctor. Two, there are 2 police officers, and there's also an authority in the municipality of Los Cabos, that we call it, right? Cabo San Lucas. But at the end of the day, it is Cabo, Mexico, which is a popular vacation spot. That was the person. All 3 of them combined. The doctor lied on the police report. They are omission and concealing. The doctors lied on the police report. The police went along with it because even though they said it was alcohol poisoning, they could all clearly see all the bruises on Shanquella. She was tagged up left and right. It was not a pretty sight. And also, the authority in Cabo San Lucas had said, there's no need to have an investigation into her death. You guys are free to go, right? It was an admission also that the doctor clearly admitted what her true cause of death was because the autopsy report shows that she died at 3 p.m. Everyone keeps pointing to the police report. Let that police report go, beloved. It's even the Mexico authorities say it is all lies. She died at 3 p.m. from an internal decapitation. If you want, go watch my playlist. But I'm just bringing everybody up to speed, right? It was an admission because they did not arrest Shanquella's attackers. The Mexican authorities are saying that there was enough evidence by their eyesight. The police should have arrested everybody on the scene because it was obvious to anybody on the scene that something was wrong. They should have arrested her attackers. Not only did they not arrest her, there was a false point of death put on the police report, and then they got okayed by a municipal authority that said, yeah, you guys are cool to go. There are 4 people, the Mexico 4, that are under investigation. Now, why haven't they been arrested? They haven't been arrested because they need that person whose name is on the arrest warrant. With the Cabo 6, they need it to get the final cases so they can actually press charges against them. They are under investigation. It does look like charges are going to be pressed. The Daniel De La Rosa, who is the Attorney General, and he is also prosecuting this case is huge. It's gotten so big. It is worldwide. The whole world is looking at Mexico. And my sources are saying Mexico is not fitting to disappoint. They are going to be on my channel either Tuesday night or Wednesday in the daytime. Make sure you go. And you guys, I'm actually going to have a fantastic interpreter. So there will be nothing lost in translation. There will be nothing.
So, like, what do you think about this? Like, chime in and let me know what y'all think. Like, this is ridiculous. Subscribe to that young lady's channel. She is amazing. She is bringing up-to-date videos. Let's see. I want to see if she has the video up that she said that she was going to have somebody on. But continue to bring up her name. Like, continue to bring up her name. And
so with the aggregated factors, they're looking at femicide, homicide. They're just throwing stuff against type of law enforcement and confess everything that happens, and you help them try to stop. That is when the conspiracy is over. Up until then, anything that happens with the conspiracy, you are held accountable along with everybody in that conspiracy.
Yes.
So what would that look like
so
when they would
you
say, okay,
should
fine,
have
we're not gonna get you a
told
conspiracy.
somebody.
Let's just apply this to Shanquella, right? Shanquella. Thank you.
Shanquella.
I apologize. Shanquella. Okay, let's do this. Let's just say, because you don't need a lot of time, that they look that Shanquella was like happy, living her best life, being like, you guys, wake up, let's go to the pool. And let's just say, Winner, Dejanay, Alyssa, Khalil, Malik, all of them were like, yo, let's do it, right? Whatever those cycles were thinking. And let's just say, Alyssa, because everybody's saying, no, there's reports that Alyssa Hyatt jumped up, like, ran up from the camera and tried to stop Dejanay. Okay. But here's the thing. Let's just say they all agree, yeah, let's get her. Boom. There's an overt act. Now let's just say somebody did jump in and try to stop it. Unfortunately, she lost her life. And then the police come and everybody stay quiet. They give their statements. They just sit there. They know it's lying, this and that. They're under investigation. They're like, what do you know? What do you know? They're not saying anything. They go back. They all try to conceal it. Let's just say that Alyssa, or whoever it was that stopped the fight, or it's rumored to stop the fight, literally says, wait, I shouldn't be persecuted with them because I wasn't part of this conspiracy. They planned it. They wanted to cover up. I wasn't part of this.
But you didn't
The
tell.
police or the authorities and the FBI will look at her and be like, no. Only when you come to law enforcement and confess and give them information so they can try to stop this conspiracy. So everything that's happened up to this point, you were equally guilty for. Because even though you might have privately denounced it,
that's what you say. You get you're in trouble by association. You get the same thing by association. It comes by association, and because of the association, you're all in trouble. So now one is gone. We got one that's arrested. So now we're at the Cabo 6. I'm at the Cabo 5, and we need to get y'all down. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to put you on mute. Okay, you guys, I'm back. So, like, when your kids are with somebody and they're doing something bad, and you try to explain to them that you're guilty by association. You're guilty by association. That's what happens. You can't say, well, I just was with him. I seen him with the gun. Well, I just was with him, and I seen him rob the store, and you just get off. No, you're guilty by association. Now, if you were with them and you decided to say, hey, this wasn't right, what they did was not right, and I can't stand for it, I'm not going to stand for it, I'm going to tell what happened. Don't put that in the trash when you go get your stuff from Dad. I'm going to tell what happened. I'm not going to let it just go down like this because that was wrong. And you go right straight in there and you tell what happened, then you are more likely to be able to like say, okay, I had nothing to do with this. They're more likely to believe you. But when you sit there and you stay with these people, you're going to these women's house, you're sitting there crying, you don't tell nobody. And Alyssa's family member, one of her sisters, was a cop for like 20 years or something. Don't quote me on the years, but she was a decorative cop. So you know what's right or wrong, and she told you what to do. But you waited, and remember they had to wait 2 weeks and $6,000 just to get that baby girl's body back over here. And y'all over there just sobbing and like the baby, like her boyfriend Ricky said, y'all was over there acting like. But he said he can read the scene. Like you know when something's wrong, when something's not right. So he felt like, mommy, mommy. Hold on, you guys. So you're over there. Y'all brought her bags back to the family. Like it is too late for Alyssa to say, please, 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 no, no, no. No, 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 not me, not me. I didn't do anything. Too late for that. Too late. Too entirely late for that. It's a month. It's a month and how many days, right? It's too late for that. It's too late for that. Now you want to come out?
Welcome back to our channel. We're gonna go ahead and it's time for side is any kind of act against a woman. So it could be a man against a woman against a woman, and
now
it's
this is
extreme
Courtney and
violence
Eddie.
is any kind of act against a woman. Yep. So if you're brand new to this channel, you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe to that channel, y'all, and like their videos.
Make sure that you follow us on all social medias, TikTok. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So it seems as though this is called a femicide. And just to kind of give you a breakdown of what a femicide is, yeah, because
I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm just so happy that she has been arrested. Like, oh my goodness, she has been arrested. She has been arrested, so now we're down to 5. I'm saying Elise needs to be arrested too. I'm not giving her the benefit of doubt or nothing because she was there. She was there, and she know what happened. So let me put this in the chat. Sorry, you guys. Um, Dejanay Jackson has been arrested. They got her. Now all we gotta do is get the other 5, right? Has been arrested. Like, oh my goodness, that is like one of the 6 is arrested. They got her. Now we gotta do 5 more because I'm not giving Elise no leeway. Like, she was there, she could have said something then. She could have said, no, I'm not leaving her there like this. Y'all did what y'all did to her. No, no, no. But she didn't. She didn't. She didn't. So to me, you're just as guilty as everybody else. Even if you didn't lay a hand on her, you're just as guilty. Because you could have said something, but did you? No, you didn't. So now, was that the only arrest warrant that they sent out, or is it any more?
Hey guys, we're live, so I'm gonna just give you guys a few seconds to come in. U.S. federal agents have arrested Deajanay Jackson. They got her contest. Mexican authorities are pursuing their case against an American suspected of taking out her friend at the luxury resort. They're looking to extradite the woman to face charges. There is a potential legal limbo as Mexican prosecutors seek to extradite an acquaintance of Shanquella Robinson, the woman found dead while vacationing in Mexico. Authorities are not currently naming her, but she is said as the direct aggressor against the 25-year-old after a video online, which is too violent to show reveals Robinson being assaulted in her hotel room while she was naked.
Right
what
to
makes
not be
this
named.
uncommon is the
When this
Mexican
young
government
lady,
asking that a U.S. citizen be extradited, said a...
Okay, let me stop that. Okay. What gives you the right that her name should not be aired out? When they aired out that young lady's body parts without no fault, they fought her while her body parts was out. They left her. They left her to be disappeared from this world. They did all of that, but we're hiding their names. Where we do that at? Like, why? Why are we hiding their names? I know we call them the Cabo 6, but when we got somebody get arrested and I know for sure it's that person, I'm saying their names because they was not their friends.
Well, the news channel, I'm just like, I'm just supposed to believe in. You have a reason why. Nobody else is reporting this. You are. Okay. This is the only person in Mexico. Let me find out Metropolitan Lake. It is the only information source in Mexico. That's the only reporter. I see all these beautiful Latino women that be reporting the news and all of this stuff. I'm not gonna get started.
So just watch the people that you're around.
The hero
Know who you're around because at any given time it can be.
I'm like, you just on camera just telling on.
They can turn their back on you, and at every given time. At any given time, these so-called friends can get you tied up.
I believe it's casting a spell over her body while it's sleeping. Okay. And he's videotaping her while she is sleeping. And that's invading of somebody's privacy. You don't do no stuff like that. He's on top of her talking about, we got our first dead body. Yes. We got, who is we? I believe we is him and them demons that he conjured up with. You know what I'm saying? We got our first dead body. Then he goes into the shop, body. And then he says she's a garter, meaning that her soul is a garter. Her soul is meant to be sacrificed. That's how I'm perceiving it. Now, people in the hood is trying to say, nah, that means she's asleep.
I don't say that.
Got y'all
real I'm from the hood.
Up to want to equate sleeping means dead body. Who does that? Who says that? No, that's that demon agenda. That's pushed on hip hop and got y'all thinking that's what they mean. Nah. He meant what he said. Check this video out. And make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Gossip Girl, XOXO. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe and like. This is supposed to be her best friend. That's supposed to be her best friend, you guys. That is her best friend.
We got our first day. We got our first day. But we shit up. Head up with sure I like you. We got our first day, buddy. Buddy. She too far. We got our first day, buddy. Buddy. She too far. We got our first day, buddy. Buddy. She too far. We got our first day, buddy. Buddy. We got our first day, buddy. Buddy. She too far.
That was a chest they had.
It's just us in this big ass house. That's crazy.
She said it's just us in this big A house. That's just crazy.
Hey everyone, it's Claudia.
So now let's see what they're saying about
and today I took my two friends, Tess and Bailey, with me to Upper Black Eddy
cover up with
to explore Rain Rocks Park in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Make sure you like and subscribe to Visit Bucks County on YouTube.
The government officials
and get
and the
inspired.
investigation for the cover up.
First, we stopped at Homestead Coffee Roasters. Homestead has been roasting coffee in Bucks County since 2006. You can try their blends and much more at the general store. Located along the canal is this
we took like 5 hours
and much more at their deli counter. We felt right at home while drinking our iced coffee and eating our breakfast sandwiches. And that makes sense because right above the general store is where the managers of the store, Rick and Iris Lewis, live. My favorite part was checking out their gift shop. It's packed with seasonal home goods and gifts. We loved hanging out in the general store so much we didn't want to leave. And off the record, we may have went back later in the day to get a second room.
What's up, in little tattletales? Listen, sit down. New evidence has come out over what happened in Shanquella Robinson's death. There is an investigative reporter to it than that. Do you know there's a doctor? Let me get this straight. There's a cover-up at play. It's not just the 6 friends. There are 3 people in Mexico, a doctor, a police officer, and one other person, I'll give you their names soon, that literally are being accused of lying. How does this play in issue? You guys, this cover-up is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. They lied about Shanquella Robinson's death in order to protect the image of the Los Cabos apartments. They didn't want a murder or a dead tourist. However, it also goes into the 2 things of someone's lying. The autopsy said that she died 15 minutes after that internal, I don't want to say it for monetization, and respect to the family, but after her internal energies on her neck, head, spinal cord, she died exactly 15 minutes. These medical professionals said that they worked on her for 2 hours and 36 minutes. You guys, this is deep. Let's read from the report. Again, the reason I bring this up is, one, it is shocking. This is how they got alcohol poisoning as the cause of death, even though the autopsy said that there was no alcohol in her body. It calls into question, how did you work on a body for 2 hours and 36 minutes that was supposed to be dead if she had alcohol poisoning? Did you not smell any alcohol? 3, remember? The family said that somebody basically, there was 10,000 missing. There were credit cards used, basically implying that they robbed. This is all alleged. But there is a third possibility, that they tried to bribe these officials, and because of that autopsy, thank God the family had the autopsy. By the way, I'm putting links down below to her family's official GoFundMe. They don't just need it for funeral costs, they need it for legal costs at all, and they are mounting because this cover-up, as we said, is getting deeper. And also there is a petition from change.org that I'm putting down in the description box for you guys to sign to demand that this case be expanded. You guys, this is deep. It looks like there's perhaps corruption, conspiracy, bribery involved. The real question that is we are going to have to get to the bottom of this is, when did she actually die? In whose care? There's a few, let's just get into this report. It's deep. Okay. So, where do we start? So, this reporter from one of the biggest newspapers in Mexico is actually covering it. He works specifically in Cabos, on the Cabos beat, right? He goes into detail what happened, that the FBI is getting involved with investigating the mystery surrounding. They're calling it a violent femicide because she was killed for being a woman. However,
wow, we're crunching tons of polygons here. What's going on? Where's Regina? Hi, I'm Ladonna.
Just to put a pause there are rumors going around that a transgender woman attacked her, and that is how she got deleted from this earth. We are now seeing that was some sick individual that photoshopped a man's face over the woman's face. And that's where these rumors came from. Again, it's odd that these rumors have not dissipated, so we're going to have to wait for more information. But I'm just telling you the 2 things that are coming. In the Mexican papers, they are referring to it as a violent femicide for Shanquella Brenda, say her name, Brenda Robinson. They said she was affectionately known as Squella. I'm just going through it occurred October 29th inside a room located, here's the address of the place. Please don't ever vacation here. At 32, do what you want, but I wouldn't. 32 Villa Linda Street in the Cabo Villas Tourist Complex. It is owned by the Puerto Los Cabos development. You guys do a Google search next time you stay. Again, 32 Villa Linda Street in the Cabo Villas Tourist Complex, owned by Puerto Los Cabos development. Now, listen, they're saying they're being exposed for their disagreement with the contradictory information between medical opinion and the autopsy on her death. You guys, it's not just a friend saying that. The medical opinion, but people are now saying that they were bribed. You guys, just bear with me. I want to go through all the facts in detail. to let you guys know where this is going, but this blows the roof off of everything, right? Originally, the government of Mexico delivered the body of Shanquella Robinson, reporting she died of alcohol poisoning. Now, why did they say that? Not because they didn't care. There were medical professionals that signed off on that. It is now being exposed by the Mexican authorities that they lied, and those professionals are being investigated, along with the Cabo 6. Okay, now, the death certificate determined that the young woman had died from, and this is with the autopsy, died from a severe spinal cord injury and dislocation of the atlas. You guys, not to be barbaric, that is what you call medically an internal decapitation, right? That is,
Okay, so I was about to cry because I'm about to explain something. So in June, I lost a brother, and he was shot, pow, a couple times, and he was deleted off this earth. And so he was pow once in the stomach, and then pow once in the vertebrae. But once he got that pow right there, that instantly killed him. That instantly deleted him from the earth. So I'm thinking that is what happened, because they said 15 minutes after. So it had to be a similar injury, because he got pow in the side, and he was holding the side, and then he got pow in the back, where it like shattered his vertebrae and everything clicked off. So maybe the injuries are alike or similar, because the pow right here did nothing, because he grabbed it and he held it so that it wasn't a lot of red stuff oozing out. You understand what I'm saying? If I explain it like that. You coming over here? You coming over here?
Yeah.
It's a chair in the kitchen. And it wasn't a lot of red stuff oozing out. But when he got the pow here is when he was deleted. And at first, the coroners and the autopsy people, they didn't understand. Like, they're like, well, this didn't do anything, so what could have done it? So when they did the autopsy and all that, they seen that it was another pow wound. And that injury sounds almost like what they're explaining about Miss Shanquella Robinson. Like, they say 15 minutes, so maybe his was more like instantly, because it was a pow, and the way they explained it to us, it was a shatter, and it shattered everything, and everything that was going to up to his head, to his brain, it shut everything off. So instantly. Well, where hers is like a blow or a hit or a dunk on the head, you know what I mean? So it took a minute for everything to shatter and to like, you understand what I'm saying? To like say, okay, everything's not connecting and it's not coming up. So now you understand what I'm saying? So maybe they had the same injuries. That was hard to talk about, because that's my third brother. We have one left, and it was 2 in a 9-month span. So I think that's like a similar reaction of her injuries compared to my brother's injuries. So let's get back into this video. Let's get back to reacting to this young lady's video. Don't forget to go like her videos. Don't forget to follow her on all social medias. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed, because she's giving updates and everything she is saying. You can understand her talk, you can understand her tone, you can understand that she's very compassionate about what she's talking about. So please go and check her out. I'm a fan.
A break in the first 2 neck vertebrae, right? However, the FBI investigation began, and Mexican authorities invited the FBI to please help us investigate. When the viral video was released, where you can see how and in what way Quilla passed away, right? She was attacked by her friend Dejanay Johnson. People are accusing her of being a transgender. Right now, We don't know. We're going to actually need somebody to come out. I believe they say Dejanay has a young child. That spells you were born a woman. So we're going to have to wait. But let's put that aside because I feel like everybody's getting sidetracked. Who cares?
Yeah. What happens
Who cares?
Let's stop again. Let's react to that. What happens is people always put false narratives or sidetrack you. Things that's out, something happens and it sidetrack you from the main focus. We don't care if she's a man or a woman. All we care about is justice and what happened to Shanquella.
A murder is a murder is a murder. Correct? Okay.
Correct.
Right? There was also, the family is saying there's a second videotape that has been unreleased that shows all three women, including Winter Donovan, she's a person of interest, body slamming her, and they believe that is what delivered the fatal blow. The autopsy believed.
Okay, and then one more thing. You know, this is me reacting to her videos. So one more thing. I think they're punks because if a person is not fighting back, if I decide to fight you, right, and you're not fighting me back, and I continue to fight, and I continue to hit on you, and I continue to swing you around, and I continue to act tough because I'm beating you up, isn't that like a punk? That's almost like a man beating a woman because he's stronger than her, and he knows that he can beat her up. That's why he does it, and that's why he's called a punk and not a man. But in this case, it's girls. So Winter, you're a punk because after you've seen Dejanay Jackson fight, I hope I'm saying her name right, she's arrested. Don't worry about it. She's been called. Sister's already in jail. But after you see her fighting her and she didn't fight back, then it should have been left alone. You hear it in the video. Are you going to fight back? Quilla, are you going to fight back? And she says no. With her pretty voice. She says no. So that meant leave her alone, but you kept fighting and kept getting all hype. And they're like, ooh. That's when somebody should have broke it up. You're a punk. You are not about that life. Come to somewhere where somebody's about that life. For real. And then when you came in and you decided that you wanted to put hands on her too, you're more of a punk than she is. Because she was not fighting back. She didn't want to fight y'all. She wanted to have fun. She paid for the villa. She paid for the shop. Y'all had tacos. Like she probably paid for the drinks. Y'all only I think what the saying is that y'all only pay for y'all effort. So if she came down there with 6,000, she probably was great. Spending on everybody. Thinking that y'all her friends and y'all not. Y'all plotting on her. And then the plot, y'all want to keep trying to say that the fight was because she called the boyfriend and said something when she was drunk. But y'all was plotting before that. Stop it. All right, let's get back to the video.
That 15 minutes after that blow, she transcended into heaven. All right. Now, Khalil Cook was there, and you could hear him mockingly say, well, you can at least defend yourself. This is supposed to be her best friend that broke bread with her family and went on numerous family vacations. Again, like her mom says, it was never a fight. She didn't fight. She was attacked. That was a vicious, cold-blooded, premeditated attack, in my opinion. And, of course, in her mother's, right? Now, here's the thing, right? Let's get to why the mom got suspicious. They were told different stories. Now, the friends managed to leave Mexico after not being arrested by the Los Cabos Municipal Police. Why were they not arrested? Because they had medical professionals in Los Cabos that said that it was alcohol poisoning. That is why the Mexican police gave them safe passage. It's not over. Now get this. Now they're saying that it seems like those 6 people had disappeared from the face of the earth. Reporter says they all lied and no longer responded to messages or calls with the victim's mother or relatives. Now get this.
Hold on, you guys. Let me talk to my son. I'm back, you guys.
The friends involved in a high-profile case, let's see them, and they are being investigated. Winter S. Donovan, she is alleged to be the person that finished the final blow, but all 3 girls played a role, and the boys were there. Khalil Cook, her fake best friend, Alyssa Hyatt, Malik Dreyer, Dejanay Johnson, and Nasir Wiggins that went on Instagram Live to clear his name and just came off, in my opinion, looking like a complete sociopath. Now, there's another investigation going on. You guys ready? This is what I've been screaming about. Regardless of the fact that the FBI managed to find out that Dejanay Jackson is a person who attacked, right, and is being accused of killing Shanquella Robinson, Khalil Cook, who recorded, blah, 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 blah.
Sorry, you guys.
They're also investigating the omission and negligence of the authorities for the whole series of contradictions in the case. So it's clear that they've exerted pressure on the government of Mexico and the government of Baja California Sur to determine the responsibilities of the other people who did not do their job and committed gross negligence. Who are these people under investigation? Carolina Beatrice. She's a doctor at the American Medical Center Clinic, the AMC Clinic. Los Cabos municipal police officers, Omar and David, and the agent of the public ministry of the PGJE, Julio Daniel. They are all accused of lying. They're all accused of lying. They said the death of the young American, we'll call her Squilla, like her family lovingly did, according to a copy of the police report, was reported 3 hours after the murder, around 6 p.m. on October 29th. When the agents of the Los Cabos Municipal Police arrived as first responders, Omar and
LCB senior living communities are full of friends, music, learning, and fun. We're expert.
David, aboard the DS-77 patrol car, that's right, baby, give us all the details and point all the fingers, were received by the doctor from the AMC Clinic, American Medical Center, Carolina Beatrice, reporting that at 2:13 p.m., they had requested the consultation service. Shanquella's friends requested a doctor come to the villa, commenting that her friends reported that the victim had drunk a lot of alcohol and they wanted to give her an IV. The doctor, it was revealed, arrived an hour after receiving the report, around 3:15 p.m., where she said Quilla was found. The doctor gave a statement and said she had a poor verbal response in a drunken state, but she had stable vital signs and was dehydrated. The doctor explained to the police, and so the police and the doctor was there. The doctor says they did all this. They said, yo, let's take her to the clinic. That is what is alleged. Winter Donovan said, no, just treat her right here. Okay, right? They all refused and requested she be treated on site. Therefore, according to this doctor, right? What's her last name? Let's say their names. Carolina Beatrice. According to Dr. Carolina Beatrice, she proceeded without success at the IV without a success. One, which the police in Cabo is asking, how do you give an IV without success? They said they tried to give her an IV. They could not successfully give her an IV. Could it be because no blood was moving? Just to say, these are my thoughts. These are questions that the FBI and the local police authorities are asking. That's why these people are also under investigation, right? At 4:20 p.m., she presented, right? Now let's get it right? She arrived at what time? 3:15. So she tried for a goddamn hour to give this girl an IV. It was unsuccessful. Okay, it could have been unsuccessful giving or reviving her, right? She presented so that at 4:20, right? Quilla had a generalized tonic-clonic seizure. That is what we look at as epileptic seizures. They said it lasted less than a minute with sphincter relaxation. Sphincter is what you use to swallow. The relaxation is when you can finally swallow again. You can take air. You're not choking. Now, hold on, guys. There's more information because we have to talk at the end of this, but there's more information. Woo! They said that Winter Donovan, right? It's unclear, But Winter Donovan dialed 911 requesting an ambulance, right? In the process, now this is where reports differ. The local North Carolina newspaper is saying, or is it South Carolina? But okay, her local hometown newspaper said that Winter Donovan denied the ambulance. However, the reporter that got the leaked police report said that when Shanquella started going into a seizure, Winter first said, no, don't move her. But then when the seizure happened, that's when Winter went to dial 911, right? Requesting an ambulance, for which in the process, right, they said Quilla presented respiratory difficulties and decreased pulse. The reason why this language doesn't flow so much is because this is a 100% translation, all right? The situation forced the doctor to give Shanquella CPR. However, around 4:49 p.m., according to the doctor's version, she stopped feeling her pulse and started CPR with the help of one of her friends until the ambulance arrived, and they continued the CPR sessions. In summary, according to the doctor, they performed a total of 14 CPR sessions, applying 5 doses of adrenaline and 6 shots without success. But, as we all know, Quilla had no pulmonary reflexes. According to Dr. Carolina Beatrice, she declared Quilla passed away at 5:57 p.m. Subsequently, at 6:35 p.m., the first responders proceeded to make a telephone link through the C2 to an agent of the public ministry of the PGJE, Julio Daniel, recounting the facts for which he instructed the filing of forms and corresponding records, IPH, and waited for the arrival of the ministerial police. Of course, and this is why they're being investigated, the version of the doctor from the American Medical Clinic is contradictory, with the information of the death certificate stating that the time between injury and death is just 15 minutes. However, the doctor of that private clinic, according to her version in the police report,
what do you guys see so far?
Squilla died 2 hours and 45 minutes after first contact with her. Today, it is known that all of them allegedly lied. All those officials lied to protect the image and reputation of the Cabo Villas complex in Puerto Los Cabos. Y'all, this is an official police report. Those 3 individuals are under investigation in Mexico. So what does this tell us? It tells us somebody's lying. It tells us a lot of people are lying. It tells us it's not just the Cabo 6. This is a story of lying, corruption, murder. It is a story of a young woman whose life was brutally taken away from her and taped for laughs and hijinks. It shows the medical people that maybe could have helped, and by help, nobody can bring Killa back. But if they had given an honest police report, the Cabo 6 would have never been allowed to get on a plane. They were cleared to return to their homes and go and sit in front of Quilla's mom and lie in her face. Winter, Dejanay, Khalil, all of them sitting there, hand holding, flower bringing, slow hand singing, sitting there until the autopsy report came out. And then they scattered like bugs, like vermin, because they knew what was coming. The truth was coming. Now, you guys, there are a few theories that people can spill out of this, right? If they said she had alcohol poisoning, and they said that Quilla died 15 minutes after the injury, there is a possibility that the medical people, because they thought it was alcohol poisoning, moved her around, sat her up, moved her around, and did whatever in an effort to, kind of like get her to sober up, step out of it. And maybe because that vertebrae and all that stuff was so damaged, that was the final thing.
But
maybe.
You still can't.
It seems far-fetched, because if you know anything about...
But you still can't take away from the fight. You still can't take away from the fight. It still was a fight. They still fought this young lady. They still dumped her on her head. They still did all of that. So no matter what they did, they moved her around, they did that, it still was an altercation. that happened that she wasn't fighting back, and they continued to beat on this young lady. They continued to plot on this young lady. They continued to do what they wanted to do to this young lady because she had nobody there that was on her side. Do you know how hurtful that is to be somewhere that you think? Because remember, Kyle was supposed to be her best friend. He had a vacation with the family. He went to the family. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. What was I saying? So it's hurtful to be somewhere where you think that you are surrounded by friends. Not only friends, but one of your best friends. And you think you're safe, but you're not. You're all alone. You have nobody to protect you. You're looking around like, come on, y'all. Is anybody going to stop this? That's what she was doing. You can't tell me she wasn't. She thought she had a friend there. She paid for all this fancy stuff for her friends because her birthday, all of that whose birthday it was, and nobody was there on her side. Nobody was there to defend her. Nobody was there to take up for her. Nobody was there to just say stop and don't do this to this. Don't do this to my friend. I'm not going to allow this. She's not fighting back. Nobody stopped none of this from happening. So at the end of the day, they're all responsible. And being there by yourself, nobody on your side, that is a hurtful thing. Hold on, you guys. Nobody was there to help her. Nobody. And the friend that she thought was not. He was basically reporting her getting attacked. Like, how is that good? Well, y'all see, these are my kids. These are all my kids. Come on, nobody's at the door. Stop it. These are my kids' accolades, like their diplomas, their caps, their like graduation photos, their football photos, their football jersey. There's another football jersey on this side. Wrestling stuff, medals and all that. That's what's behind me. Y'all want to know what's behind me? That's all my kids. Their accolades, like some of the accolades is up, and then you have some. We have some on display, like cause it's a lot of them, but that's what that is behind me. If you're wondering. So let's get back to it. I have another video that I want to show you where they say the boyfriend lied. I want to see what this is about. This is from that same person, Tiz Tales. So please go subscribe because she has an amazing channel and she's giving all the updates. She's giving all the information. She is out there doing the research. She's out there doing the work. She's put her feet to their necks. Like I said, my size 9.5, size 10 when my feet swollen. Timberland boot on the back of their necks for this young lady. So that's what she's doing. So let's get into this video real quick. My husband's about to join me. I'm waiting on him. I was trying to wait on him before. Man, are you coming now? Is your dad? Where's your dad? That's the chair. I was trying to wait on him to come before I started this new video. Hold on. Hold on. Okay,
Tomorrow
guys, we're back.
starts today.
So we're going to be doing
Today, get a
the
dental
video
plan
of,
for around
and this one
$1 a
says
day.
the boyfriend lied. I don't know
Hey,
what
what's up, my little
it's
Tarantellas? How are you guys doing today? Well, if you're on the internet,
go
there
and
are
like
so
her video
many rumors going
and
around
subscribe
Shanquella
to our
Robinson. I
channel.
just wanted to touch base with you guys, touch grass, and actually see what we have. You guys, first of all, I'm going to play the audio. There's a lot of people saying Shanquella Robinson's boyfriend said that Dejanay was arrested. First of all, the Mexican Attorney General, Mr. De La Rosa, has said the arrest warrant has been issued. They did say that it was for a woman. However, that name is being held private. Listen, it's not that the arrest warrant didn't have a name on it. It had a name. They just don't want us to know it. The family has not publicly said. And this audio that I'm going to play of the boyfriend in an interview when he was saying that it was Dejanay is all cap. I have the interview. I'll play it for you. You guys, he said that an arrest warrant has been issued, but even he said out of his own mouth he doesn't know who it is. There's also a video circulating when Winter Donovan was talking. However, the authorities have said that they do not believe that is Winter Donovan. That is some sort of deep fake. It makes sense too, because think about it. We're going to play Shanquella's boyfriend because I wanted you guys to actually hear the audio where he says he doesn't know who was arrested, but he knows an arrest warrant. He also goes on to say that he's learning about it the same way we have, off of the internet. That lets you know the family is not keeping him privy to things. Not because they don't trust him, of course not. But when there is a murder investigation, when people start running scared, when even the authorities want to keep who the warrant for is secret, so everybody starts getting scared and maybe contact someone, starts telling on each other, the authorities always tell you, even in America with investigators, please keep this to yourself. We don't want to alert the wrongdoers of what they can be doing, okay? But when you think about the Winter Donovan audio that's out, it's actually the perfect deep fake. Why is that? Because you can say that's Winter. She never shows her face, right? She never does this. She never does that. It's just audio. No one is going to come out and say that's not Winter, because the next question is, how you know that's not Winter? And then they'll be like, oh, because she told me. Well, if Mama told you, where's she at? Because we're looking for her. Do you see what I'm saying? Winter cannot come out and say, that's not me, because everybody would be like, girl, drop your location, drop your address, right? And the friends can't come out and say, I know for a fact that's not Winter, because Winter would have had to tell them, and Winter is in hiding, okay? Also, we are looking at the charges they are facing in Mexico with the homicide laws. Go look at my last video, I get into it. However, as one of you guys pointed out, this isn't just capital murder. This is femicide. There was legislation. Femicide used to carry between 40 and 60 years in Mexico. And I'm going to tell you why it's femicide, because it is an affected relationship. We're going to.
So she said it's a femicide. Femicide is a lot. We talking about 40 and 60 years for a femicide. That's a long time. See, now let me tell you what I'm believing here, guys. Listen, peep this out. Let me give you my understanding of what's going on here. So now you got a lot of people in that room that saw what happened to the girl. I mean, a lot. So when you get, like when I was younger, my dad used to tell me this secret. He used to say that if you want to keep a secret between 2 or 3 people, then 2 of them have to be dead in order to keep the secret. So what's going to happen is the truth of this matter is 100% coming out. They can't hide it. They're already starting to argue. They're already starting to send these little text messages, guys. You start to see pop up, coming up and saying that that you did this and I did this and why you doing this and what's happening. They know they're wrong. It's coming up. It's happening. They're not going to be able to hide the truth for long. So, guys, the truth of this matter is going to 100% come out. Right now, we're just going through the process. We're trying to figure it out ourselves. We're trying to stay updated on everything and seeing what's happening and seeing what's going on. But the truth will actually 100% be revealed. You know what I mean? And they're going to get some time. They're going to get a lot of time. It's not just capital murder going on right now. This is capital murder plus femicide. That's even worse. So these people, whatever they had planned on down there, you know, they're young. whatever kind of little coup they had that they wanted to do, that they wanted to make happen because of the girl, they wanted to, whatever kind of setup, they were foolish. First of all, you shouldn't be trying to take anybody's life. Second of all, you shouldn't be trying to take anybody's life. And third of all, refer back to number one and number two. It's crazy. Now this thing's happened, and then they had a girl sitting there, and they was beating her up naked. She wasn't even fighting back. And whoever the guy who's recording it, he's out of here too because he has something to do with it. He's just sitting there. He's sitting there. Oh, fight back, fight back. It's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. So let's get back into the video and see what else we can find there. See what else we see about going on with this video because this is just getting a little deeper than I thought.
Into what that is. However, in 2005, legislators in Mexico voted to raise the maximum for femicide by 5 years. So it is now carrying between 45 and 65 years because of the affected relationship. We will get into what that is later in the video. You guys, buckle up. We got some facts, we got some receipts, and what's more, we have some Mexican legal. You're going to get a deep dive into how things work in the Mexican legal system. If you want a deep dive into how the trial's going to go and what they're looking at, please go watch my last video. I have a Shanquella playlist where I actually kind of just dive into everything that's being said and kind of sort through and be like, okay, are there any facts to support it? Either support that it's BS or either support it that it happened. But as of today, and I stand firm on saying this, it might change, but as of today, November 25th, an arrest warrant has been issued. No one has been taken into custody. No one knows, well, at least Shanquella's boyfriend, out of his own mouth, I'm going to play this audio, knows who was arrested. There was a name on the arrest warrant and also the red file that they issued. If you want to know what the red file is, please go, but it is dealing with Interpol. Please go look at that my last video. I do a deep dive.
Yeah, that's crazy. So listen, so they're saying that somebody that there's arrest warrant. So where are they at? Why are they not arrested? Who's not arrested yet? They got these arrest warrants out. They have arrest warrants ready to go. Now, you know, in the United States, you get an arrest warrant, you're going fast in a hurry. They got all these arrest warrants, and no one got arrested yet for the crime. Nobody got arrested yet. Everybody's still running around free, posting, doing shows, doing everything but being locked up. And the thing about it is, when you get locked up for this femicide and for capital murder, you're not getting out. At least not till the trial's over. You're not getting out until the trial's over or until you served your time. And they're looking at about 45 years. They're talking about 45 years. 45 plus years, and that's just for the femicide. And they're not even talking about the capital murder. So these kids, I'm surprised that these kids are not going in hiding right now. I'm surprised they're not in hiding somewhere, just disappearing off the state, in Africa somewhere, living a different life with a whole different name. Because once they get caught and once they finally get arrested, it's over. I don't know how old they are. I know they're young, but 45 years, if you're 20 years old, you're 65. And then you got to come back and do the capital murder charge. And even they put them together, that's still at least 60, 70 years you're going to do, all over some nonsense. And I heard one of them say that the girl who got killed, that she did something crazy when she was drunk, and now they wanted to get her. Believe me, there is nothing, and I mean nothing in the world that can make me go and kill somebody, record it, put it on camera, and so that I can get 70 years of time just in jail. That's crazy. These young kids are did some crazy things, and believe me, and here's a problem too. They did this in Mexico, so you're not going to be locked up in an American jail as if that's more comfortable. They're going to be locked up in a Mexican jail, doing 70 plus years in Mexican. So when they come out, they're going to know Spanish, but they're going to be very old. So let's get back to it, guys. Let me see what's going on here, guys. She had me take over, but hey, I'm gonna try and give y'all a little bit of the juice so y'all can see what's happening. You know what I mean?
The FBI agreed to extradite. They are going to be standing trial in a Mexico trial now. Okay. There is a name on the arrest warrant, but due to the ongoing investigation and how sensitive it is and how it looks like we are dealing with a cover-up, how it looks like we're dealing with a cover-up. You guys, they're declining to say, and this is directly from the Attorney General of Mexico, Mr. De La Rosa, they are declining to say whose name is on the warrant. But a warrant has been issued. It is unclear on whether they told Shanquella Robinson's family whose name is on the warrant, but it is evident out of her boyfriend's mouth.
I had a big giant bald spot.
Evident
right in the
out of her
front.
boyfriend's
Like, there
mouth.
could be any worse place
They
for
don't-
it to
that's
appear.
crazy.
And
He does not know.
They're declining to say whose name is on the warrant. Somebody's name is on that warrant. Somebody is going to jail. Somebody is out of here. Somebody's bye-bye. Somebody is not going to be around when the cars are flying in the air. Somebody threw their life away over some nonsense. Imagine being locked up in a Mexican jail, in a Mexican prison, when they're speaking Spanish and Mexican and everything. You don't understand what they're saying. And you get to see the Super Bowl in Spanish on TV, locked up in there, or everything is happening to your kid or your friends, and everybody's living their life, but you decided to be stupid. You decided to be dumb, and you decided to be way over the board, dumb to the 5th power, stupid to the 9th power, times that by 55, divide that by 1, and times that by the original 55. That's how stupid you are to go and kill somebody, put it on camera, and think it's funny. Especially, you know the one I don't like? I don't like the guy that was like, fight back, do something. He could have been breaking it up. He could have saved their life. He deserved another. He deserved to get that femicide crime too, and he deserved to get that capital homicide charge as well. It's crazy. And she was such a young girl, and she was just doing her thing. She's out there chilling, trying to do her thing. And if I'm wrong, correct me. But I heard them say that she was paying for a lot of things. She paid for a lot of this stuff, and then they still decided that it's time to murder her for something that she did that they don't know. It's just crazy, man. Let's get back to this video and see what's going on more in the video. But to me, man, I'm telling you, that is just the most craziest thing to do. Just throw your life away like that, and you're young. You got all that time in your life, but you're gonna throw your life away young.
Winter Donovan is talking cold-hearted. I mean, I agree. She probably is sitting there being as cold as ice. However, that has been said to be a fake, and the Mexican authorities are not taking it seriously. Again, it's just a voice. Winter can't dispute, because if she does, we're gonna be like, cool, drop that Addy. Okay, so anyway, let's get into her boyfriend. Now, just to let you guys know, this interview is an exclusive from All Viral Access Media. It does also have an exclusive Patreon. Also, I never want to take money out of a fellow YouTuber's mouth. I'm just going to play you a small clip. This interview is actually 16 minutes long. I'm only going to play you a small piece so you can hear. If you want to hear the full interview, please go to All Access Media to listen. Right. Anyway, here we go. And you guys listen closely.
Let's get into
okay?
I
will be just listen.
Let's get into it.
They just made an arrest for one of them too, so.
Oh, they just made an arrest?
Yeah, but they just made me give you a more even call. So I was like, fuck it, I get you the first person I reach out to, why not?
Okay, well, hold on. Give me 1 second.
Now, this is what had everybody going crazy. They made an arrest. Shanquella's boyfriend said somebody was arrested. No one has been taken into custody yet. No one. This can be confirmed from CNN, ABC News, and more importantly, the Attorney General of Mexico, right? Mexico, Baja Sur, California Baja Sur. The Attorney General, Mr. De La Rosa, has said that the red file and the extradition has been issued, and a warrant for that person's arrest has been issued, but no one has been taken into custody. That is why they had to put in the red file, because they could not immediately locate them. A red file is Interpol. It is not just to the America. It is a warrant, and basically all hands on deck to every country saying these people, this person or these people are wanted criminals, and that's what you go through passport control. Because it's annoying when they're checking your passport and they're like, where you been, for how long, who you visiting, okay, right, and they let you go. But the real reason you have to stop there is because all red files, the Interpol warrants come up, and they can stop you at the borders when you're going.
You see that? There's no need to run it now. It's over with. It's a done deal. There's no need to run it. They're in the Interpol red file arrest warrant for every single country. So no matter where they try to go, no matter where they try to escape, they're done. It's over with. What you did was very, very foolish. What you did was dumb. You got, and they didn't say that there was a restaurant for everyone because the boyfriend was talking. They said they don't know who's on there, but I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure the girl who thought she was tough and was throwing those punches, I'm quite sure her name has to be on the arrest warrant. She has to be one of the people on that arrest warrant because she was throwing the punches. She's the one back there trying to be the toughest. She's the one back there trying to show out for her friends. She's the one trying to show everybody she's so tough. It was probably her idea to even start the fight. She's the one that's just doing while she's defenseless and not even throwing any punches back. She's throwing all these punches, doing everything. So I hope she has these type of combination skills when she's locked up in the Mexican jail. Because these people, when they put you in the Interpol and they put you in the Interpol arrest warrant, and they're looking for you statewide, and they spend worldwide and using all this money to get you, believe me, you're not getting out. So the only way she's gonna escape is if she goes and sleeps in a tunnel somewhere forever and never come out and get a facelift and change her body and get it and change the way she walk and talk and everything. She got to disappear. She want. Other than that, she's going for 70 years. It's over with for her. What she did is going to cause her to be going. It's a wrap for her and whoever's on it. Man, I tell you one thing. Listen, if I'm these people and they got me on the Interpol arrest warrant, chasing me around the world for femicide and capital murder, I can't even think straight. I would lose my mind. I would be. There's no way that. Where you gonna hide at? We gonna hide at your grandma's house? Soon they knock on your grandma's door, she turning you in. You can't hide at your friend's house. They gonna turn you in when the money. You hide at your friend's house. As soon as the war gets up to $100,000, $200,000, they turning you in. You know what I mean? So it's over with. You might as well go face the crime, what you did, because what you did was completely wrong. You took a life. You never know what this girl's gonna do with her life. You took a life, and now she's gone, and there's nothing you can do to get her back. You can't erase it. You don't have a time machine to go back and change it. You took a life. That is the most crazy thing you ever. You took someone's life and you did it on camera. And while you were on camera, you were showing out, trying to prove you were tough to fight a defenseless woman, a defenseless little girl. You're fighting her and punching her and everything. They said that shit. They said she had a broken neck and something wrong with her back. That means you guys were going hard. That is just crazy. Let's get back to the video, guys.
Or coming, but let's continue.
Is it public yet about the arrest? It's about to be like now. Oh shit!
No, he does say it's about to be now. This is another reason why I think people got thrown off. Because if you listen further into the interview, and I'm gonna play the important parts that I want to talk about, but go on to all viral access media and listen to the whole interview. He does say later on the interview that he found out about it on the internet. He found out about it on the internet, not through Shanquella's family. He is finding out information as we do. This is not to say that there's any drama between him and Shanquella's family. No, but this is a homicide investigation. And we all know from watching True Detective, and also just in life, right? When they are investigating something so serious, they play their cards close to their chest, and it is on a need-to-know basis. Right now,
So listen. So that's when you know that it's got serious, that they're definitely getting caught. There's no escaping that. They put them on the Interpol arrest warrant. That means they're looking for you worldwide. You can't use your passport. You can't fly to Africa. You can't fly to Jamaica. You can't go anywhere. It is over for you. And rightfully so. You took a life and you were tough on camera. And you were throwing these punches and you were going crazy. You were doing all these things. She wasn't fighting back. She was defenseless. And what did you do? You took a life. And now they said that they upped the femicide crime to 45 years.
40 to 60.
Now 45 years. Now that's not even counting the homicide thing you did.
And they said they don't have the what's it called when you already serve a crime and in double jeopardy. So if they don't get them on a lot of stuff over there, and they want to say that they want to charge them with more, they can come back to the United States and get tried again and put back in jail. But remember, the Cabo 6 is no longer the Cabo 6, it's the Cabo 5 because the Asia Jackson has been arrested. That is breaking news. The Asia Jackson has been arrested.
Yeah, well, she's about to serve her 100 years, and I know right now, while she sits alone,
she's singing
in that 4x6 cell, cold by herself, can't have any family members, no phone, and it's quiet, and that quiet hits her. She's thinking, she's crying, she's thinking of any kind of way she can get out. And the only way she can think she can get out is if she makes a deal with somebody and tells on everybody. So
well, she's
the one that's throwing the punches, right?
She's the main aggressor. So she's the first person that was fighting on her. She had and Shanquella was not hitting back.
Well,
she wasn't hitting back at all, and that's why I called them punks. And I said, "Come fight somebody that's real that'll hit you back," because y'all was punks.
It's Jack, Dejana Jackson, Dejiane Jackson.
You got me saying her name wrong now. Dejana Jackson.
It's over with you.
Everybody else is still off the grid, and they're looking for.
It's a wrap.
Winter did the final blow where she dumped her on her neck.
Oh, she's over with too. It's a wrap. And if I'm one of those people who are looking for, I'm scared. And I'm not just scared, I'm petrified. Because once they get you,
they got you.
They got you. And now they're not just gonna keep you in America, they're taking you back to Mexico.
Yeah, they're extraditing her.
And you're not gonna and it's not like like American jails is just so super comfortable. No,
but they're way better than Mexican.
American jails is terrible, but now you're about to go to a Mexico jail. They're gonna be speaking Mexican and Spanish to you over there.
They're gonna be plotting on you.
Yeah, they're gonna. It's a wrap.
Not only that, like they're gonna make you suffer because you are making their government look stupid, their doctors look stupid because they helped them corrupt this crime. Mm-hmm. They stole that girl's money and paid those doctors off. She said that they disappeared her from the earth, and she disappeared from the earth at 5:50 something, 5:57 to be. I might be a couple minutes off, but in reality, it really happened at 3:15. So the whole time, the timeline that I showed y'all earlier was not the timeline. That was the lies that the officials were saying. And it was like 6 of them, and they were all lying. So now they got to make y'all pay because now y'all making them look bad as a society, as a government, as a whole, as medical doctors, as all of that. So y'all are going to pay, not just them 6, but the other 6. Everybody's paying.
And you're not African now because that Interpol put you on an Interpol arrest warrant. That thing probably cost like $250,000 to $500,000, if not $1 million. I put out to say, hey, whole world, look for this person. You know what I mean? You know how much manpower you have to put behind that. It's over. It is over. They're gonna serve all this time. So all that being tough for your friends, and all that being hype for the gram, and all that joking around while you record. The guy who's recording, he's out of here too.
Best friend. That's supposed to be her best friend. That was supposed to be her BFF, like best friend. Sleepovers, eating with the family, going on vacations with the family, and he's recording it, and he says, "You're not even going to fight back," and she says, "No."
The guy that was recording, he's getting locked up too. There's no way out of that.
It's other 3. It's Alyssa. They try to say Alyssa tried to break it up, but even if she didn't have a part of it, I'm not saying that allegedly, if she did have a part of it, she's still going down because she has a crime by association, accessory to the murder, accessory. That's because you was there, and that happened in October. It's a month, and you didn't say anything. The only reason why we know is because videos started surfacing up, and now that we're going to put our feet on your necks, and we're going to keep posting. We're going to keep saying this baby girl's name until justice is served.
And that's just crazy. You doing this big old murder. You doing all this stuff, and then I'm about to record. You're doing all this stuff, and then you're going to post it. You're gonna put it on camera and put it on Instagram. Oh, y'all.
They saying that Alyssa's the one because her
boyfriend, he is not a husband. Shanquella's boyfriend does not need to know.
All right, so go ahead. I'm gonna shut up.
I wanted to talk to you about. I saw you. I don't know if that was you or not. I was looking at some shit on Facebook or whatnot. I mean, I think that might have been scrolling through my Instagram. You were just saying all types of shit that I wanted to say. That was going through my head. Right now, I say fuck it. I use that like now. I just get an understanding first and let's talk about it. But then we put it on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it don't matter. It's up to you, boss man. I'm talking with you though.
All right, man. I definitely appreciate you. Well, so listen, wow, I'm fucking excited for some fucking reason. But anyway,
okay, hold on. The important
word. But in all seriousness, though, so you said there was arrest that was made. Who got?
Now, just really quick, pay attention. He said, so in all seriousness, you said there was an arrest that was made. As this interview goes on, you see the boyfriend is interchanging arrest with warrant. No one has actually been taken into custody. He admits that later on. It's not that he's lying. He's just interchasing words because, as you can see, he's full of adrenaline. He's full of adrenaline, and he feels like justice is finally happening. He reached out to his friend first to give him the news.
I locked up.
I'm not sure at the moment. It's barely coming in as we speak.
If you guys did not hear, he says, I'm not sure at the moment. There's information coming in as we speak. He has given no other exclusive interviews. CNN, ABC News, and of course, the Mexican Attorney General, Mr. De La Rosa, has all said that person's name has not been released and they do not have anybody in custody. Okay? So unless you see someone, and again, okay, Shanquella's parents have not commented on the name of the person that has been arrested, and it is unclear on whether they even share it with Shanquella's parents because, again, this is an ongoing investigation. But let's get into this mess. Hold on. Listen very closely. We'll rewind it.
In all seriousness, though, so you said there was arrest that was made. Who got locked up?
I'm not sure at the moment. It's barely coming in as we speak. Like warrants being made, everything, all that, everything.
Did you hear him? He said, I'm not sure as we speak. Warrants are being made. Again, he's not trying to deceive us. His adrenaline is flowing, but he is using the word arrest and warrant interchangeably. He is correct. Warrants have been issued. No arrests have been made, and he does not know. He does not know, and it's unclear whether even her parents know whose name is on that arrest warrant. And this is as of November 25th.
It's basically given to effect as of today.
So what did you mean when you said that you let him out of your sight and he lied to your face? Was this before she went on the trip, or this is when they came back that you let him walk out your sight?
This was the day
Okay, so the interview goes on. It is a 60-minute interview. He also has a Patreon. Please go support him doing this thing. He bought his information. But I just wanted to bring that to clarify for what's been going on the internet. Again, we all won. And the thing is, I'm not acting like I know everything, okay? I'm assimilating information in real time, just like everyone else. But I see how that rumor that Dejanay was arrested or her name was on the warrant came about. I don't know who threw Dejanay's, but even her own boyfriend admits he doesn't know. And I've scoured, I've looked in credible sources. I went over to the Mexican side, baby. They're reporting this more than we are. ABC News, Good Morning America, CNN. Everybody's covering the case. There is no name that was given. However, there is a name on the warrant. They are just keeping it quiet.
Let me make this clear. This video was made 4 days ago. As of today, she has been arrested. As of today, she has been arrested. That video was made 4 days ago. So as of today, she has been arrested.
I think this is gonna go great. It can only go one way, and that's good.
Y'all can hit the button if you want to come up.
Okay, wait a minute.
I'm trying to pin it.
I need to survive the land, but you kind of get it, right? The poor employee that made back like driving a tank on our helipad is destroyed. Not me. All right, let's get a good flip in here. Okay. Solid flip. Do another 8.5.
So I just want to know what do y'all think about it. Do you have anything to say? I see y'all in here. Y'all don't have to cam up. Y'all can just talk in the chat. There's no reason if you don't want to cam up. We're not trying to make you cam up. We just want to know your opinion on it and how you feel about the situation. Have you been following the situation? We have a couple more videos that we're going to do tonight, but I think that we're going to end this live and come back to you guys. So give us maybe 15 minutes and we'll be back. I don't know if it's going to be live or we'll have a video. We have a couple other reaction videos, but let me tell you something. I'm praying for our family. I am praying that the Cabo 6 is, 5, because Deasia Jackson is arrested. The rest of them gets arrested. All the people that hid all the information, the cops down in Mexico that did whatever they did, the doctor that lied, all of them be prosecuted too. They all need to serve time. They all need to be accountable for their actions and what they did, because they knew that what they was doing was wrong. And continue to support her GoFundMe, because that is going to help them with their lawyer fees. That is going to help them to get their lawyer back and forth to Mexico, somewhere for them to stay. The lawyer to stay, to eat, all of his accommodations, and to be there, and for the family to go there, and for the family to be able to have somewhere to stay. So continue to support this family, continue to pour out blessings, continue to pray for them, continue to uplift the parents. Even if you don't have their number, you can type in the chat under a video and say, we're praying for you. We are giving this mom strength. I am pouring out strength to this mom. I'm asking God to wrap their hands around his loving hands around her family, so that they can get the justice that they deserve. Because I'm telling you, if we didn't continue to keep saying her name and put a foot on the back of their necks, they would have covered this up. So with all of that being said, all of y'all bloggers, YouTubers, everybody that is doing it, continue to do what you got to do to continue to push the issue that she gets the justice that she deserves. And with that being said, we'll be right back. We'll see you in maybe like 5-10 minutes. So with that being said, don't forget to subscribe to the 325 Nation. Be a part of the 325 Nation. For more uploads, we are going to be doing Vlogmas this year. We're going to try to finish the Homa. Last year, I think we only did like 4 days. How many days we did?
About 5.
Yeah, so continue to watch out because we're going to be hitting you with a video every day, maybe 2 or 3. Who knows? It's going to be a surprise. So turn your notification bell on so you can get notified every time we come back with a video, and we'll be right back. We're not going to sleep right now. We are going to set up for the next video. We might be still talking about her. We might be still talking about somebody else, but don't forget to keep saying Shanquella Robinson's name, known as AKA Quilla, because she was a beautiful, young, talented hair braider. She paid for that villa. She paid for that chef. She had $6,000 out there. She thought she was about to turn over her friends, and they had a whole different plan for her. So with that being said, see you later. Don't forget to subscribe. Beautiful Nation. We out. We love you.
We're out of here, guys.